Okay guys, in this video we are going to review graphing a line given 2 points, determining its slope-intercept equation. Okay, so first I am actually going to graph it because I already have the 2 points that I need to graph, right, for the graphing tool. So the first one is negative 2, 5. So I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to go 2 to the left and 5 up. And that's my first point. The second point is 1, negative 2. So starting at the origin, I'm going to go 1 to the right and 2 down. And that's how I get 1, negative 2. Okay, so the line is already graphed. Now let's determine the slope. Now, we're going to do it 2 ways. First, we're going to use the formula. If you go to the intro instructions, right, which is available for you. So when you go over here, do you have the formula for the slope? Yes, it's right here. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's set it up. What's going to happen? So look at the 2 points, okay? The first one is going to be x1, and then this one, y1. That's your first point. This is x2, y2. So for the slope, it's going to be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So carefully replace each one. If it's negative that you're replacing, a number you're replacing, put it in parentheses, just in case. It's never going to hurt. Okay, so y2 is negative 2. We're going to put that in parentheses. Subtract y1, which is 5. Divided by x2, which is 1. Subtract x1, which is negative 2. And because it's negative, we put it in parentheses. And that expression we're going to type in Desmos calculator. Let's do that. So let's go under resources. Let's go to Desmos calculator. Here, we're going to first click on the fraction. So where is that? That would be right here. So we're going to click, make it a fraction. On the top, we're going to type y2, so negative 2 in parentheses, subtract y1, divided by x2, subtract parentheses x1. Now, this is not reduced yet. So you need to click on the reduce button or fraction button that converts it and reduces it for you. So this is the slope, and that's negative 7 over 3. Now, I want you to check it by looking at the graph of the line. Is that really negative 7 over 3? So let's check that out. So let's start with the left to right. So we're going to start with the red point, this one. And we need to go to, I'm going to make this one green, to this point, from left to right. How do we do that? So remember that the slope is rise over run. So let's first determine run. So we're starting at the red point. How do we get to the green point? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're going 3 to the right. So your run is 3. Then we're going to go 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. And because we're going down, our rise is negative 7. So you can see that the slope is negative 7 over 3, which we got algebraically, and we also got from the graph. So we know it's correct. Okay, so the next thing is to determine the point slope equation of a line. Now, do we have it? Let's go again to the intro and instructions page. Yes, we do have it. So this is the equation right here. The y and x do not replace with anything. They should stay the same. What you're doing is you're replacing y1 if it's negative in parentheses. You're replacing x1, same deal, and you're replacing m. But you're keeping y and x. These are unknowns. We cannot touch them. Okay, let's go back to this page. And let's see if we can replace. So we're going to go y minus y1 equals slope x minus x1. So what's what here? So we asked to use the point negative 2, 5. So this is x1. This is y1. So let's replace. So y minus, instead of y1, we're going to put 5. It's not negative. I don't need parentheses. Then slope, well, my slope was negative 7/3. That's going to go right here. So this is going to be negative 7/3. Let's put it in parentheses. Multiplied by x minus x1. Well, what is x1? Negative 2. And because it's negative, we're going to put it in parentheses. Okay, so that's our equation, that what's called the point slope equation. So let's type that here. So y minus y1 equals slope, and then parentheses x minus x1. x1 is -2. Now notice that we are subtracting a negative. So when you subtract a negative, those two negatives just become a plus. So right here, this is actually just +2. Okay, so that's my point slope equation. Now I have to convert it to the slope intercept. Now, unfortunately, I do not think that the y-intercept is easy to find. When I look at the graph, it is going to intersect the y-axis at some point, but it doesn't look like it's going to be an integer. So it's going to be harder here. So I will need to go off of the point slope equation. So let's see if we can convert it to the slope intercept. Okay. So again, let me rewrite it. So y minus 5 equals -7/3, and then multiplied by x plus 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this -7/3 first, and we're going to distribute it to each term. Okay, so what's going to happen? Here we'll keep it the same. So -7/3 is going to be multiplied by x. And then it's going to be -7/3 multiplied by 2. So this is something that you will have to do on the calculator. So you're just going to open a calculator, which I'm not going to do because I want to show you what you get. But you're going to just type -7/3 in parentheses and then 2. And it's going to tell you that that's -14/3. Because when you multiply a fraction, you just multiply the top, okay, by an integer. So this is going to be -14/3. Okay, so we're almost done, but we have this -5 on the left. We want to write an equation so that y is by itself, y equals. So we need to get rid of that -5. So how do we do that? We need operation that's opposite to subtraction, which is addition. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. That is going to cancel it on here. And then we got -7/3 x. And then this -14/3, we need to add 5 to that. So let's see if we can do that. So -7/3 x. And so what did we have? We had -14/3, and we added 5 to that. Okay, now let's convert that to a fraction by clicking on the button. That's positive 1/3. Okay, so that's my equation.